Hi guys, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to generate a PDF file from your iPhone application. So we create a new application, we'll do a single view application, and I won't use a storyboard for this one, so just unclick the storyboard. The product name, I'm going to call it PDF generation demo, and let's just click next and create our project. Alright, and so in this tutorial, I'm gonna in the view controller.zip, I'm just gonna have a text view. Whoops. Text view. This text view will be whatever the user input that will generate the PDF file. So it'll be the text in the PDF file. Alright, let me change the background. Okay. Background, I'm gonna make it blue. Alright, and I'm gonna add a button in here. I'm just gonna call this button generate PDF, and that's all I need for my storyboard. And go open up our assistant editor, control click and drag our text view onto the view controller.h, and I'm gonna call it my text view. Type is UI text view, storage is weak, and we're gonna also make our connection for our button, and our button is gonna be an action. So action name will be generate PDF button. Type is ID, event touch up inside, argument sender. And that's all we need for our view controller zip, and that's all we need for our view controller.h. Now we go to our view controller.m, and we don't do anything for the view did load or the did receive memory warning. We'll just start in the generate PDF button method. So first I'm gonna create an instance variable called page size, and page size will be a CG size. CG size, I'm gonna call it page size. So CG size is not an object, it's a C structure. So CG size is page size, and then in our generate PDF button, I'm gonna set my page size to be CG size make, and our page size I'm gonna make it 850 by 1100. Like a normal paper here is 8.5 by 11. So I'm setting my page size to that, and I'm gonna have my PDF name. I'm gonna call it file name, and I'm gonna set that to be iffy.pdf, and then I'm gonna get the path where I'm gonna store my PDF. So ns array path equals ns search path for directories in domain. Oops, let me get rid of the assistant editor so we have more room here. And then the path will be ns document directory, and the search path will be ns user domain mask expand tilde yes, and then ns string, and then this is a document directory equals path object at index 0. Then ns string, we're gonna need to combine the two paths, PDF path with file name. That's going to be our documents directory concatenated with our file name. So do documents directory string by appending path component, and we're gonna append the iffy.pdf into our document directory. So append that with our file name. So there we have our path where our PDF is going to be generated. It's going to be generated in our application sandbox document folder slash iffy.pdf. And then from there, do self generate PDF. This is a method that I'm going to define. So let me define that first before we call it. I'm going to do void generate PDF, and it's going to take one argument, which is an NS string, and the NS string will be the file path name that we're going to pass in, which is our PDF path with file name. So now I'm just going to call self generate PDF, and I'm going to pass in the PDF path with file name. Alright, and then so this is where we can start generating our PDF. So we do that we begin by saying UI graphics begin begin PDF context to file. So we're going to write that to a file, and the path will be our file path that we passed in. The bounds for now I'm going to say to cgrex0, change that later, and the last argument is nil. Then UI graphics begin PDF page with info. UI graphics begin PDF page with info. There it is. Alright, and then do cgrect make. So here I'm gonna set the size of my PDF. I'm gonna make 0, 0 for our origin, and the width will be 850, height is 1100, and dictionary I'm gonna go nil on that one. Alright, and then so first I'm going to draw the text. So actually let's draw a background first to even do anything. So I'm gonna create a method. I'm gonna create a method called draw background, and in this method I'm gonna do cg context ref context equals UI graphics get current context, and then do cgrect, and then we're going to specify the rectangle that we're gonna draw our background in. So I'm gonna draw it over the whole thing. So cgrect equals cgrect make, and here 0, 0 width. I'm just gonna call it page size dot width because we've already set the page size here, the width to be 850. The float I'm gonna do page size dot height. We already set it here to be 1100. So that's the rectangle that we're going to draw our background in, which is gonna cover the whole thing. And then we do cg context set fill color with color, and then the first argument would be the context, and the second argument would be the color. But it doesn't just take a UI color; it takes a CG color, so you can set your color there. So for example, if I want to do a green color, I'll do UI color green color, but we just can't leave it as a UI color, so we have to do .cg color. Okay, and you can do either .cg color or do the brackets notation. So I'm just doing the brackets, and then do cg context fill rect. So we're going to fill our rectangle with that color. So context and the rect will be our rect that we have created. And from there, when we click generate the PDF button, it's gonna set our path directory to be our documents directory / file name, which is iffy.pdf, and it's gonna call a generate PDF method, which is going to create our PDF and begin to create our PDF page. And after that, we need to say self draw background, so that it will draw the background. And in the end, we're gonna do UI graphics end PDF context, because here we begin, so we have to end it. So for now, I'm not gonna get any text on the text view yet. I'm gonna just make sure that my PDF draws my background draws properly on the PDF. So let's run it on our iPhone simulator, and let's see. Okay. Alright, so now I click on generate PDF. Well, actually, let me show you the whole thing first. So let's just go start from the library, application support, iPhone simulator, my iPhone version 6.0, and then do application, and then this one, PDF generation demo. I haven't clicked the generate PDF yet, so my documents folder is still empty. So now I click generate PDF. So now it generates the iffy.pdf, and if I double click it, it should show a green color. It should show a PDF with green color in the background. Okay, so there's our 8x11 page with the green color background. Alright, so that part is the draw background part. So we'll have another we'll do something else also. We'll do oh, where did my text? Okay, my text view took up the whole screen. Alright, that's okay. So actually, let me change it a little bit in my XIB file, zip file. Not sure why it takes up the whole screen. Let me lower it a little bit. Okay, there. Let me run it again, and I'll set the top portion, which is the background, to be a different color, so you can distinguish the difference. Alright, the top one will be black, and let's see. Alright, so that's a little bit better. So I know where my text view begins. Generate PDF, still green. Okay. Alright, let's get back to the code. So I'll have another method. This one, I'm gonna call it draw text. So my draw text will draw whatever the text is in our text field onto our PDF file. So I'm gonna call self draw text, and in our draw text, I'm going to have a CG context ref again. I'm gonna call it context equals UI graphics get current context, and I'm also gonna set the font. So UI font, you don't have to do this. I think it already comes standard with the font, but if you want to change the font, you can do that like this. UI font with name, and name I'm gonna just do Helvetica, and size I'm gonna make it 14. And so you can change this to whatever font name you want, and you can change the size to whatever size you want. And you can also change the font color like this. So CG context, set fill color with color, and the first argument takes a CG context ref, so that's our context here, and our second argument is the color. And the color, I'm gonna make my text orange color, UI color orange color, and it takes a CG color, so do that. And again, we need to create the rectangle that we're gonna draw our text in. So CG rect, I'm gonna call it text rect, and I'm going to draw it in I'm gonna draw it from, let's see, CG rect make. I'm gonna draw it from 0, 0. Width will be my let's do whatever the width of the text field was. So do self my text view frame dot size dot width, and same thing here. Do self dot my text view dot frame dot size dot height. Yeah, a little inconsistent with the notations, but this way it's a little bit easier to type. So, and then from there, do an ns string. You don't have to do this, but this way the code's a little bit more broken down, so it's a little bit easier to see. I'm just gonna call it my string, and my string will be whatever the string in the text field was, text view. So self.myTextView.text. I'm assigning that to my string, and at the very end, I'm just gonna do my string draw in rect. So it's gonna draw in the rectangle. Then we'll do this one. Draw in rect. The rectangle that we've just created is called text rect. With font is this font here, and line break mode, I'm going to do ns line break. You can choose by character wrapping, clipping, truncating. I'm just going to do word wrapping. Alignment, ns text alignment, I'm going to do alignment left. Alright, and when you do that, first it should call the draw background, then it should call the draw text. So from there, whatever text you type in should appear in your PDF also. So do this is my text. Notice the text I type here is green, but when I save the PDF, I told it to save that as orange, so it should do that. So do a generate PDF, look at our Finder, double click our PDF file, and there it is. This is my text. So it starts at 0, 0, which is 0, 0, which is where I told it to start, the x and y coordinate, and the width will be whatever the size width of the text field. So if I type something to the whole thing, so let's say this is my text to generate for the PDF tutorial. Okay, and then so we do a generate PDF. So it should cut off at the same place as here because I told it to do it for the same width and height as the text view. So let's see if that it. It didn't do it, but I think I know why. It's because we messed with the font size. So if it was the same font, it'll probably cut off at the same place. Because here I've changed the font to be like Helvetica and 14. So alright, so that's good. We did the draw text, draw background, and let me show you one more thing, which is draw image. So you can also add an image in your PDF. So do void draw image, and in our draw image will be I'm gonna need an image. Let me take an image, and so right click, add file to PDF. I'm going to add a iffy hat again. Iffy hat, there we go. I'm gonna add that one in. So in my draw image, I'm just gonna have a CG rect. Again, we need to create where we want to draw our image. I'm gonna call it image rect. I'm gonna make it CG rect make. Again, I'm gonna draw it at the top left, which is 0, 0. Content CF float width would be how wide I want the image to be. I'm just gonna make it 250 by 250, and then I'll do UI image. I'm gonna call it image equals UI image. Image name is iffy hat.jpg, and then last thing I'll do is I'll do image draw in rect again, and the rect is the rectangle with that we just created called image rect. And that should be it, and just call self draw image. Okay, generate. Oh, let me write something first. Hi, how are you liking this tutorial? Question mark. Generate PDF. Get our PDF. Oh, the text. Oh, okay. I know why the text didn't show up, because first we drew the background, then we drew the text, then we drew the image to cover that up. So if you want the text to go on the top, you need, well, let me not do that so fast. So we need to cut this line out, the draw text. So I'm gonna delete it, because we need to draw the background, then the image, and then the text. So then the text will be the last thing that gets drawn over the background and the image, because otherwise the text will get drawn over. So run it. So draw the background first, then draw the image, then draw the text. This is the end of the tutorial. Generate PDF. Look at our PDF. There we go. This is the end of the tutorial, our 250 by 250, and the whole PDF size is 850 by 1100. So from there, you have a iffy.pdf, or you have a PDF file already generated in your app, and you can do whatever you want with it, like email it, like get the information, do whatever. Okay, so that's how to that's a tutorial on how to generate a PDF in your iPhone application. I hope you've learned something new, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Thank you for watching. Bye.